Hello. As you can see, I'm at the boat and there's lots of work to do. I'm posting in a way I've never posted before. It's always been a bit more practical. But where I find myself today is some in emotion, because I don't know what else to do. My life, as I said on the last video, seems to be structured around the idea that it's a sick world, first and foremost, and to live in this society, we're sick, we're born into sickness. I'm going to turn my back slightly whilst I do a bit of sweeping up and speak at the same time. So we're born into sickness, if no more than to really realise that just the nature of the sickness. I mean, that's what I mean. It's not that all of this is sick, capitalism and all of that, but it's the fact that we don't realise that we're born into it and we have it surrounding us. We have capitalism surrounding us. We have the streets paved. That's what we're born into.
Many months ago, you said that you had the best drivers here.
I'm speaking to I'm trying to talk sense, because as I said, I couldn't deal with the just swallowing, just being in emotion. So I'm speaking the emotions that I'm swimming in, and hopefully I find myself in a little bit better place, and hopefully I can share some insights with others that might not have the same experiences that I have, and that's really prevalent to what I'm speaking about right now. Born into this world, we have streets paved with gold, and that's the image, the American dream. You know, go out there and be what you want to be. But we forget humanness in that. You want to be. Whilst there's people in other parts of the world, and not even other parts of the world, man, the same part of the world that didn't have the same mentality as you, to go out there and become a millionaire, that are suffering, you know, like on the breadline, working 3 jobs with a single parent, as a single parent mother with a child, or a single parent father with a child, and there's no life there, man. There's no life. It's just like constant. And you have to and be what you want to be. And there's people that are dying to themselves as a result of the money, as a result of the luxuries that we have, that are pillaged, that are pulled from the earth, And those places are deprived as a result of our you can't call it greed, but ignorance, because we're born into it. It's ignorance. We don't realise the world on a really, and you can see the suffering in the world. You can see the suffering in the world like I have most of my life, and like tried to connect to it, but if you're still living here and you still have luxuries and there's still people there suffering, you ain't really gonna comprehend it until you make a shift in your own life. And this is me speaking to myself, to bear that in mind in every action. And this is what life is asking of me, and this is the whole point of the video. This is what life is asking of me, to bear that in mind whilst it's making me suffer in ways that are just incomprehensible. To the reality that's here. What I mean by that is, I shouldn't be suffering this way given the law, given the system, given all of these things that is meant to work in a certain way. It's not working in that way for me. And it's the people that are working in that system that specifically making it a hindrance for me on a personal level. And I believe that's a spiritual reasoning behind that. I believe that people are awake. I don't believe that it's just like, I don't like the look of your face, I'm going to make it hard for you. But my life is being made a lot harder than it needs to be, given where I am right now. London, one of the top cities in the world, one of the most well-off places in the world to live, given everything. And my life has been made very, very difficult. And my life is not my life, but life is asking me to see my better. Life is asking me to see my suffering as a means to sanity, as a means to sanity in this sick world, that we're giving you the gift to see your life as it should be. We're giving you sanity. We're giving you the chance to relate to humans on a level that this world is really structured. I mean, the luxuries that we have, creating the suffering for other human beings. I had the realization yesterday, I'm sorry, all a bit too emotional and that, I can't, I have no choice. Me as an empty shell, man. This is me. Programming. But I had the realization yesterday that really, unless unless we're in the middle of like eating a dinner, you see another human being fall over or in pain, as a natural instinct, the instinct is there to go and help them. As a child, that's what a child would do in my head. A child would see someone, want to go and help them. That's the only thing I can think of that would stop them from doing whatever they're doing. I mean, what work would there be to a child? What could you give a child to do, something to do that would prevent them from dropping whatever they're doing and going and helping somebody if they saw them in pain? As a child, with the responsibilities a child has, imagine it. You give them a task to come and help you, to sweep up the floor, and the child comes and helps. And as they're helping you, somebody falls over. What's the child's instinct to do, man? Is it to continue sweeping up because it's their work? It doesn't comprehend to that they're in the moment, man. They see somebody fall over and they need help. They drop what they're doing and they go and help them. The only way in my head is if they're in the middle of eating their dinner or something. If they're really enjoying something, you could half consider it like, should I stop this? Should I not? Should I stop this? Should I not? There's no justification to anything we do as adults. To say that we shouldn't go and help somebody, reclaim our natural instinct. So distanced from ourselves that we have to work, we have to do all of these things. We have to do all of these things in our lives to find our own balance in this sick world. So our life is referenced against sickness. And we don't stop our lives to go and help those in need. We can't. We're programmed